Alright, welcome back to another episode of Softly Spoken. I almost started recording without my microphone working, which would have been embarrassing, so thankfully that didn't happen. Oh no, no. We forgot to pick a skin. We can't break our little tradition. We gotta go back. Disappointed in myself. Oh, I am sorry I missed last week. I was in Japan and I didn't record quite enough episodes in the end. You know what? Let's go Origami King. That was a fun game. And yeah, so I was shy by one episode, so that's why there was nothing last week. I'm recording with my wife working from home at the moment, so hopefully that's not picked up in the background. But we will find out. Oh, I gotta take off my wristwatch. Or my Fitbit. So it doesn't get caught on my arcade stick. Whew. Very exciting, but yeah, happy to be back, happy to be recording. I've zoomed in my mic a little bit to make myself fill up this box a little better. So I'm hoping that's worked well and it's not too weird. You'll also note my new background. You'll see over here, you got me with Princess Peach, my idol, and some more figs over here. So more from Eurocamp, I think, exclusively. Oh, and I got a couple of little Oscar and her Evangelion doodad. So, pretty cute stuff. Oh, that was not the thing I meant to hold. I am way out of practice. I did get to play Tetris Grandmaster in Japan, so I was really happy about that. I do love playing that on a real arcade machine. And I'm also really hyped, so I'm recording this on the 13th. By the end of the next month, they will have released Tetris the Grandmaster 4. I will obviously start recording that immediately, because I love that series, and I'm very curious to see what they've done. But yeah, that won't be for a little bit yet. I'm hoping to build up my backlog of episodes again, because I like to be prepared. If I get sick or something, I don't want to have to worry. I just want it to all work. So, I am working, haha, to make that reality. I'm not very impressed with the way I'm playing this game. I can tell you that for free, but this is about to be very, very juicy. Tuck that in there. I'm gonna do this. I actually regret this, but I get the T-spin pretty quick, so it's not that bad, really. Whew. But yeah, I had a lot of fun playing Tetris Grandmaster on the arcade machines. Whoops. It turns out when I play there, my posture is absolutely immaculate, because the machines are... I don't know how people play on them for very long. Like, the machines are so tall. I had to, like, stretch up, like, properly to be able to see the whole screen at once. And I'm not a small man, I'm 6'1". I don't know how other people do it. Like, it was genuinely awkward. That goes there. Yeah, so like, I don't know, like, props to the people who play on actual proper arcade hardware. That's intense. Speaking of, I feel like this stick is actually pretty accurate to what I was playing on in terms of hardware, so that's a really good sign. For my Tetris the Grandmaster 4 journey, which we will be going on together. You will be seeing me play. I'll probably play a bunch off recording as well. I almost call it stream, just out of having watched other people. Like, obviously, I watch a lot of, like, Panga, a bit of Northern Lion, etc., and they always are actually streaming, so they mention it. So my brain's like, that's just what that's called. We will wait till we have this. Oh, shucks. I messed that up. It's okay. That's less okay. I missed. I was about to get a T-spin. Shucks. Ah, well. Let's play again. Let's keep on going. We gotta get some content up in here. Oh, my eyes. I've been back from Japan less than a week. I'm still exhausted. It was such It was a great experience, but boy howdy, it was a lot. Lots of early mornings, lots of long days. It was fun stuff, but it's still really tiring. And navigating those train stations with 5 people, that's hard. Like 2 people was a lot easier, it turns out. Bum, bum, bum. But yeah, great fun. Did Tokyo, did Kyoto, did Hiroshima. Got messed up by the Peace Museum again because there's no way that doesn't stick with you. I'm being targeted by a few people here. We can do this. That works. Is there... There is. We do this, and we do that. Beautiful, all clear. That is what we like to see. Oh, it makes me feel good every time I do it. I'm still not very good at it. Like, I need to dedicate... Oh, shoot. What do I want to do here? I can do this, and then I have a T-spin ready. That's nice. Yeah, I need to practice... Well, I should practice if I actually genuinely want to keep doing that as, like, my opener. But, like, kind of don't. I want to move away from PCO. I feel like there are better openers. Like, obviously, I'm not at a level where openers are critical. A lot of people think openers are the be-all and end-all of Tetris, and they are absolutely wrong. I really don't know what I'm doing. That works. Do that up here. Yeah, it is coming together. Like, openers can be important, but, like, you can freestyle it at my level and be perfectly fine. Like, it really isn't the thing that's going to put you to the next level. Like, honestly, focusing on efficiency, focusing on clean stacking, those are the things that are really going to get me further along in my Tetris journey. Yeah, I forgot how good the music... Like, Nintendo do... Whoop. Nintendo do make pretty fantastic games on the whole. Like, people dunk on their consoles for being underpowered, and yeah, the Switch really is just a rebranded phone. But like, it's not like that's a surprise when you're making a game. People blame poor game performance on that, but the devs who are working on it know full well the extent of its hardware. Obviously, when I say the devs, that's like the catch-all term. Obviously, the developers don't make all the end decisions at the end of the day. They don't get to spend as much time optimizing systems as they want, etc., etc. When I say the devs, I mean game development companies on the whole. Oh, yes, another perfect clear. But yeah, I do feel like the Switch is a fantastic little system. They did announce a Switch 2 while I was in Japan. Well, I think I was in Japan. Yeah, I was in Japan when they did that. So I'm excited for that. I'm hoping it's mostly just a big hardware refresh. Like, I know I was literally just saying our hardware's not that important. But, like, it is nice to have more power. But you can't be surprised when the console doesn't have power. When you have access to the spec sheets and the dev kits to run it on and all that jazz. Like, I don't know. It kills me how poorly game development companies will let a release be. And it's like, you knew what this hardware was. It wasn't a surprise to you. I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm making the same point over and over. Moral of the story is, game development is fun, but boy howdy, is it a bad business. At least in my opinion. Like, making money from games, you're probably more likely to strike gold in your backyard. Not saying you shouldn't do it, but do it because it's really fun. And if you make a few bucks, that's amazing. I have issues with the game companies who pump in millions upon millions of dollars and then sell millions of copies and then complain because they spent too much money making the game and advertising it. So those millions of sales and thousands of concurrent users don't mean anything. And it's like, I feel like that was a solvable problem. You know what I'm saying? Obviously not every company does this. It's these larger companies, it's really hard to pin the blame on any one person. It's more systemic. But, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there are... Okay, cool, I'm alive. Oh, not for very long, though. Okay, no, I'm still alive. Sweet. No. It's better to clear out lines right now, not go for Tetrises. T-spins, sorry. Yeah. Sorry about all that. I had to focus for a second there. Like, I love games. I think game development is amazing. I do think putting some money into games is smart. Like, it costs money to make games. You'd be insane to say anything else. Oh gosh, what am I doing here? This is abysmal, hang on. Alright, it's mostly cleaned up. But yeah, I don't know, it just... I'm excited major game developers seem to be going back to the more small, lots of games, but trying new things approach. Because that's honestly my favorite period in games, is when companies are in that stage. Oh, no, okay. Okay, I'm being greedy. Let's start cleaning up. Because, like, that's when you get the really oddballs. And I feel like Nintendo, for the most part, is always in that. And that's what I like about their games. Like, quite often, their games rarely feel like they're, getting stale. Like, they put a lot of effort into, trying new things. Like, obviously not true of every series. Tears of the Kingdom was pretty much a bolt-on after, Breath of the Wild, but I don't feel like that's always a bad thing. They introduced a bunch of new mechanics. I was annoyed at still how poorly the dang game performs. Like, it's constant frame drops. And that's what I mean. Like, Nintendo should absolutely have the time and manpower to make their game run on their hardware. And it's wild to me. Like, I know I'm not the only person complaining about this. They're not getting away... Dang it. Not getting away with it. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, okay. This is falling apart. This game is miserable. I am not winning this one. If I do, these other players should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. What can I do here? This is a train wreck. I really don't want to do that. That's better. Can I come back from this? It's really not very likely, but we'll try. No game's lost until you give up. Dang it, I was trying to sneak that under. I did not know. That goes there, that goes there. No, okay. That's, yeah, it gets me killed. Whoopsie doodle. 5th place isn't bad. Let's go again. We ain't finished. Yeah. Game development's fun. I like doing it. I need to actually get off my butt and finish Taylor. Well, finish the refactor of Taylor. There's still a lot to do, but I can do it. It's just going to take time. Obviously, Taylor is my game engine, as I'm always prattling on about. I'm sure you're sick of hearing me talk about it by this point, but I'm probably never going to stop, at least until I drop it as a project. Which will eventually happen, sure. But I feel like it's a long while off, you know? The fact that I've been keeping on it for this many years at this point is a good... Okay, no, I have no all clear, but I do have a T-spin, so we take what we can get. Yeah, I do want to get Taylor to the point where I'm really comfortable making games with it, because I want to. My plan after the refactor, which is sort of taking all of the work I've done, and so what I've been doing. Let me step back a minute. What I've been doing with Taylor up until I started the refactor was kind of one-for-one implementing the underlying game library just in Ruby. But now I'm at the point where I feel like I have enough knowledge, enough opinions to actually refactor it into something that reflects the way I think it should work, instead of just one-for-one copying the base. And I'm really pleased with how it's been going. I know I've still got some gnarly stuff to cross, but it's also getting it a lot better tested, like actual automated testing frameworks that I've been using. Oh, I don't love this. And that. So I'm pleased with all that. Like, it is coming along. It is just a really big project. Like, I'm not... Shucks. I'm not surprised it's taking as long as it has. Oh my gosh. There is so much fluff on my nose. This is driving me insane. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, the bunny fluff. It's attacking me. I'm being attacked. Ah! Oh, bunnies are evil. Very cute, but goodness, they're fluff. Thankfully, this isn't a very intense game of Tetris, so I can just scratch my nose. Do that. Do that. Yeah, here we go. This is coming together. This isn't scary. I'm fine with this. Nothing about this worries me. I can just do this. Yeah, that's working nicely. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, what else can I prattle on about? Obviously, my trip to Japan was a lot of fun. We did Disneyland, we did Universal Studios, so I went to Nintendo Land, which was pretty cool. Very cramped and loud, but cool. But I feel like that's true of pretty much any theme park in Japan. They're all very crowded and very busy. That was a pretty nice little spike, actually. Pleased with that. I'm not much of a ride guy. Like, I just don't like roller coasters that much. They don't appeal to me. I'm not a thrill seeker. I'm actually quite a boring older biddy, as I believe Ned Flanders would say. Yeah, this is... Oh, the bunny fluff, it's killing me. Oh. Yeah. So that was good fun. I didn't really love Universal that much. It kind of... We went there after Disneyland, and Disneyland kind of has insane levels of production quality, like, just ludicrously high quality. I'm not a Disney person, like, but Disneyland itself is just, at least Disneyland Japan, blows me away with its level of quality. Oh gosh, this isn't great. Okay, that's not so bad now. Yeah, this isn't great. Yeah, like, I went on the Beauty and the Beast ride again, and I prattle on about this to my friends quite a lot. There's a part at the end where, spoiler alerts, if the Beast turns back into a person. And this is obviously happening in front of you. And despite the fact I knew that the Beast was a, what's it called? Hologram at that point, I still couldn't see it. So the Beast hologram disappears into the animatronic of the human. I don't know his name. I'm not big into Disney lore. I'm sure someone is frothing at the mouth in the comments, ready, oh shucks, to tell me the Beast's full name, his date of birth, his social security number, and everything else that Disney has released about him. But you know, I'm just not that guy. If this were One Piece, I'd absolutely know all that information. But not Disney. But yeah, what was my point? Yeah, so going from that to Universal, which was pretty high quality, it just wasn't the same level. And it's also media I care less about. Like, I'm not a Disney guy, but I don't mind Disney. I watch a fair few of their movies. I love, like, Aladdin and stuff. I think they produce high quality movies, they're just not always my cup of tea. And I don't love the mouse. The mouse is a money-hungry little bugger who has destroyed copyright for just the entirety of the human race, but, you know, we won't get into that. Where am I? But yeah. The one thing I did love at Universal, which really surprised me, was that they had a water world area, like a whole area for water world. The movie, and like I tell people this, and it's just wild. Like that is not a property I would have expected them to flaunt. But like maybe it has a cult following in Japan, but like the space was pretty quiet when we went there, so I don't think it was that popular. Oh yeah, this is going alright. Where are we at? Top 10. Oh shucks, that's bad. But we can just do this. I guess I'll do that because I misdropped. Gonna do that. Oh, I really hate this. I've messed up pretty badly here. But I might be able to come back. This is a promising set of pieces. Oh yeah, look at that. Still alive, baby. Oh gosh, I always get too distracted changing. Ah. Oh, whoop, whoop. That's what I say about that. Okay, this is coming together. Don't stress. Don't stress. That absolutely was on purpose. I want that hole there for later. You don't know that I'm lying. Alright, that's going to be the end of me. But fifth again. 2 fifths. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, done something to my ankle. It is sore. Oh. Alright, let's go. So I was trying to read that name in katakana. I think it was Sagise? No, Segasa, I think. I don't know if that means anything. Maybe I'm just saying a slur in Japanese, but as far as I know, it's just that guy's name. Or person's name, I should say, sorry. I try to be gender neutral when possible. Bump, bump. Man, Origami King was a fun game. It's wild to me, some of the stuff they put in there. But it's worth playing if you enjoy the Super Mario RPG type mechanics. Or Paper Mario mechanics. I've been meaning to go back and play the other ones. Because, like, they're good games. Oh, they're pretty universally loved, so you got to assume they're at least decent games, right? I think I can't do anything clever here, so let's just build a T-spin. I also just don't want to spend forever trying to come up with the answer. My reminder to do the dishes has just gone off, which I'll probably get done after I record this. Bump, 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 because they need doing. And we will get there. Life happens one step at a time. Don't stress. Oh. But yeah. Pleased to be back on solid ground in little old Australia. Something I did miss when I was in Japan. And it's... I don't know if it's just because it's like middle of winter over there. But like, there was so little greenery. I found I didn't realize it's what I was missing when I was there, but when I got home, I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I was missing. Because I was getting a bit homesick, which doesn't usually happen to me. Not that I'm a stoic-faced beast who never feels emotions, but I don't know. I just weren't feeling that. I don't normally get that cut up about being away from home. At least, not in a way that feels like homesickness. Like, I miss certain comforts of life, like, you know, my couch. But this is the first time I think I would have said I felt homesick, like I missed home. And part of that was like my cute little rabbits, and just like... So I obviously don't speak Japanese. I have a couple of phrases I can muddle through transactions with. So like, I was really missing just the ability to handle a complicated scenario without having to pull up like Google Translate or just point and act like a dummy and feel stupid, because clearly two smart people, or you know, people who can communicate normally, just can't communicate with each other. It's just painful. And it's neither of our faults. I'm going to a foreign land without their language. They're trying their best to help me despite not speaking mine, because obviously they're from a country that doesn't speak English. That ain't on them. But like... So, in Universal, I saw these American tourists. And I saw this a lot over the trip, mostly with American tourists, I believe, where they would refuse to try and compromise on their language at all to communicate an idea. Like, in this particular instance, it was these two American guys, and they just kept talking full-on American accent, full-on American sayings, full-on American isms, like trying to figure out where to buy this Donkey Kong cup. And the poor staff were trying to help them out, but they just... Eventually they managed to communicate that they were sold out, because they finally figured out... Sorry. The attendants finally figured out what they were being asked. And it's like... Oh, it was just painful to watch. Like, I felt so bad for the attendants, because these Americans were just like... Clearly getting frustrated that these Japanese people did not speak their language. And... They made zero effort to obviously try and communicate in a way that would help them understand. I was just, oh, it hurt my soul. I'm so glad I don't work in, well, no longer work in tourism. But when I did work in tourism, I certainly didn't deal with end customers. I was a developer. I built a booking system. But yeah, like, kudos to the people that do that job, because... I couldn't. That's a hard job. They're probably not paid enough for what they do, in my opinion. If we do that. Oh no, this is a mistake. Okay, yep. Nope, that was a bungled game. That's on me. Cool. Let's go again. We got time. We're not in any hurry. But yeah, like... Oh... just kills me. Watching people refuse to compromise in a foreign country, it's just painful. Like, the attendants don't deserve it. They deserve better, and it's so painful. And you saw it wasn't just those two people. It was all across Japan. Wherever we went, we saw people doing that sort of stuff. And it's just so rude. I can't imagine how you would go to a foreign country with literally zero of their language. Like, I don't think I'm good at Japanese by any measure. I know a handful of words, and I can gesture. And, like, I make a damn good effort to listen to them, pick out keywords, and, like, all that sort of stuff. But clearly so many people do not share that attitude. And will just talk louder. They just get louder when they get misunderstood, like that's going to help. And it's like, mate, what are you doing? What are you doing? I know I've said this 100 times, but it's just painful. Kudos to people that work in retail or like public-facing gigs like that and have to deal with those sorts of people, because you couldn't pay me... Well, that's a lie. You absolutely could pay me enough money to do that job. It would just be too much money, because... No, thank you. I have worked with the public once. Oh, is that true? Once? I think only once in one of my jobs was I actually properly facing the public. And that was in a tech support role. Because at McDonald's I worked in the kitchen. My tech jobs, I've worked with customers, but they're like business customers. So you tend not to get... Well, in my experience, it wasn't that bad. I didn't mind those gigs, they were fine, but the tech support one with the public facing, oh mate, I genuinely was at a loss of what to do with my life, because it was such a struggle to get through. Oh shucks. Each day. Like, I genuinely didn't know what I was going to do if I didn't land my next job soon. I'm very glad I did, because after that job is when I got into programming, and my life's been great since then. My career has been, for the most part, good. Like, there's been a couple of rough periods. Jobs just sometimes turn a bit sour on you, but I've enjoyed each experience of my job, even if they've waned in the end, because, you know, that's life. Yeah, very happy with where I am now. Loving my current job. Not going to dox myself too hard, so I won't tell you where it is. But it's nice. I work with some very smart people. Everyone's really nice. Oh, I really do like it. I'm happy. I obviously have this as a side hustle. I'm not going to make money from this. I'm hoping... I don't know how it works. If I get monetized, I would like to get monetized in a way that lets me just turn off ads for people. But I feel like Google won't let you do that. I feel like they're just going to force you to have ads. And if you try to say, no ads please, I don't care if I make any money, they will have words about it because they still have to host the stuff, right? It's still costing them money. I don't know. I've thought about setting up torrents for this, like for this stuff, but no one would ever find it. It's more of a hassle. People like the ready ease of access of YouTube, so I know it sounds like a cop-out, but it's pretty hard to beat. What am I doing? That was a mistake, but I can clean it up if it just gives me the piece I want, which is this one, because now I can turn it into a T-spin. We do that. I do this, and another Tetris. Life's good. But yeah, because I've thought about like chucking it up in an S3 bucket so people can download it, put it in a video tag on my site, but like it can accidentally get really expensive to do that. Like hypothetically, if I did that and then overnight 10,000 people decided to watch my video or what have you, suddenly that's no longer chump change. I'm not talking cost me 5 cents to host my website this week. It's, oh, that cost me like $100. And the popularity grows, it gets worse. Switching platform at that point loses you a chunk of your viewers. All that sort of stuff. I am tempted to do YouTube and torrents, so that avoids the ugliness of... So I know a lot of people just get taken off of YouTube, not taken off of YouTube, sorry, have their videos demonetized, muted, etc., despite the fact they're completely above board, and there's nothing they can do about it because Google is a mega corporation who really doesn't care about you and won't give you the time of day. So like, you can't contact their support, you can't do anything. Someone has just DMCA'd your video and there will never be any repercussions to them. But you may just be banned off of YouTube forever. Because if you do that 3 times, sorry, if that happens to you 3 times, I believe your entire channel can be just struck. Struck off the face of YouTube. And that skews me out. I hate that because so many of those DMCA complaints, oh shucks, are automated. They're just robots who like download YouTube videos and try to detect copyrighted music that they own. And it just doesn't work. Like you see example after example of people uploading like white noise or a legitimately fully independent track that they've created and recorded themselves. It's a video of them playing it and it still gets copy struck. And you can't do anything about it because YouTube refuses to talk to anyone. There's no one you can call, there's no one you can email. You contact their support and you're waiting days to weeks of response time. And if YouTube's your job, that's just cruel. I just couldn't imagine it. So like, I plan to never have my income rely on a third party like that. Like I don't plan to ever try and make this my full-time job or anything like that. At most, I think it would be cool to have a little bit of side income so I could put that money back into the channel. You know, upgrade my webcam, etc., that sort of stuff, but I tend to do that anyway because I work remote. So like, having a nice webcam, having a decent mic setup, that's just how I present myself at work. It's like, I don't know, it's like getting a haircut. It's just part of... I guess it's not like getting a haircut, because you don't have to get your haircut to have a job. But I tend to do it as part of my routine maintenance to look professional for my job. Oops, that wasn't the piece I thought it was. This is a mistake, but it's fine. But yeah, so I don't know. That's sort of what I was thinking about there. Like, I'm tempted to set up torrents, but also, is anyone going to use them? But like, it's also a nice archival thing. Like, knowing that it's out there and safe and no company can remove it, right? As long as I am seeding, there will be someone seeding it. And I think that's nice. I think that's kind of a wholesome way of thinking about it. Maybe I will set that up. I feel like I should. Like, my plan initially was to triple release this on YouTube, on torrent, and also on PeerTube. But I couldn't find a PeerTube instance that I liked. And look, understandably, running a video hosting site is expensive. YouTube gets away with it because of the sheer mountain of ads they cram into everything. And even then, from what I understand, they're only barely profitable. So like, PeerTube instances are like, yeah, you get like 5 gigabytes. That's it. And like, that's still a lot. That's still incredibly generous of them. But I've also thought about running my own PeerTube instance, but that's a lot of work. I have to then run it. I have to serve all of that content, and you're back to just chucking, back to the same problem of just, oh, if I chuck it in an S3 bucket, because if it blows up overnight, it suddenly does get more expensive, and it can suddenly get really expensive out of nowhere, and that's what I don't like, that fear. Not that I expect to become a viral sensation overnight, that would be absolute nonsense. I am shooting for slow, steady growth, people gradually finding me. I do not foresee a big bang. Heck, I'm surprised anyone even watches me, to be honest, and looking at my stats, people really don't watch me still. I was surprised I had 1 view on my last Tetris video, and it seemed like someone actually watched the whole video. I was really impressed. That's a big milestone for me. And it wasn't like someone I know. Sorry, yeah. If it was someone I knew, it wouldn't be a big milestone. I'd be like, yeah, they just felt guilted into it. But like, that felt really nice. Like, I like creating things people want. I'm slowly trying to, again, I say this every video, I'm slowly trying to increase the quality of everything. Trying to do it right, slowly and steadily, getting better? Oh yeah, I can do that. This is SRS. Yeah, because like, I want to produce something I'm proud of. These are also useful skills, like, I'm tempted to create like educational material for programming, so all the video editing and all that are skills that will transfer there. So I think that's really cool. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I think I can stack like... Okay, I was accidentally holding down. This is a problem. Oh, woo! Not dead. I'll probably make this my last game of the night. Just because we're hitting 40 minutes. I think that's a pretty good length. I like these to be long enough that it's not like, as you're drifting off, chopping and changing on you. It's not like constant intro, outro, intro, outro. It is just like a decent length, like a... What is it? Like a double episode length. So I shoot for like 45-ish minutes, that sort of mark. I'm sort of a bit time boxed tonight, just because I would like to have this wrapped up and done by the time my wife finishes work. But that does give me a little longer. That's annoying. Okay, that's better. But yeah, I'm going to try and get back on top of it. I want to have a backlog again, because I'm still not happy I missed, but like, I'm not going to kick myself. I know I don't have a dedicated following at the moment, so me missing an upload is almost entirely about how I feel about it. And like, I get that I don't... When I say that, I don't mean like, oh, if I had 100 viewers, it would be bad of me because I owe them it. It's not that. I don't feel like I owe people anything. And I hope to never feel like I do, because that's when you get into the... Shucks. Really toxic mindset. Oh man, I really have very few badges. This is probably why I'm struggling. Okay, I lose here. But yeah, like, I hope to never get into that mindset, because I want this to be healthy, I want this to be fun. This is something I'm doing just because I enjoy it. It's also recording myself for prosperity. Like, I like that my wife can just pull up a video of me talking, and she just has hours of that content now because of this. And to me, that's really cool. And if other people enjoy this, that's even better. Like, That's lovely. I want people to enjoy this. I want people to be able to fall asleep to it. I don't think my voice is annoying. I don't love my voice. As I said, I have nerd voice. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice night. Goodbye. Oh, and sleep well. Ha.